If you smell of sweat, this could be your secret weapon now. It's cheap, it's easy, and it works to stop that completely. Let's go through it. So this is the Inculist glycolic acid exfoliating body stick. Now, how does this work? Well, first of all, what you need to realize is that this is designed as skincare, but a side effect of it is if you use it in a particular way, it can actually stop the smell of sweat completely. I've been trying this for the past month, and trust me, it works. So what happens is you take the lid off, and when it's brand new, you will have this in here as well. You take that off, you can throw that away, and you've got a little twisty thing here. I'm going to twist that. I think it's clockwise, depending on which way you're looking at on camera. And you'll see this come up. This is almost like one of those deodorant body sticks that you get. And it's going to come up as much as you need. You've got quite a lot in there as well. So essentially what you're going to do, and typically what this is meant to be doing, is you just rub it along the body area that you're treating. You do the same for the underarm area. So what you're meant to do is typically use the acid in this, and the acid is going to kind of very, very slowly and gently start to break things down on the skin surface. It can be useful for things like keratosis pilaris, etc., etc. We're not using it for that today, though. The reason this works to get rid of the smell of sweat, let me put this back in, is because of the following. This acid is weak enough to not cause too much excess acidity on the skin to the point where it's actually harming the skin. But it's strong enough to balance that to actually cause too much harm to the bacteria that are on your skin. So it's not going to stop you sweating. If that's what you're after, you probably need something like, there are devices which can do that now, which use radio frequency. That's one option that you can have. Miradry, I think, is one, Miradry. Alternatively, for a cheaper solution, you can also use Botox in the underarm area. That stops the sweat being produced as well. This is not going to stop the sweat being produced. Why do I think this is a better method than those other two options I've said? Well, first of all, this is not going to have any physiological effect in the body. We need the sweat to cool down. It's a very normal thing to do. As well as that, the cost, which I'm going to go into as well. So the reason it works is because it can harm the bacteria, but not our skin. And those bacteria are responsible for the smell. And so that's the principle behind this thing. What you do, you take the lid off, you make it come up as I just showed you. You turn this clockwise, this will come up. You can see a little bit there on camera. It's white. And you just raise your arm up and simply run this, say down, up, and then down a couple times. And that's it. What you shouldn't do is just smear it absolutely everywhere. That's too much. Okay. All you need is a couple swipes either side, and then just pretend you're doing the running man like this, so it's smeared all over. Just a small amount is enough. Don't go overboard. And that's all you need. Because if you do it wrong, there are some risks which I've written down to talk about as well. The risk of this is that if you go over the top, it can actually harm your skin. So how often should you do this? In my experimentation, what I've found is the best way to use this is probably something along the lines of every alternate day. Because if you use this every single day, what's going to happen is that acid is going to go onto a relatively sensitive area, and then your skin is going to get sensitive. It's going to be very tender. It's going to feel like it's cutting open like the corners of your mouth sometimes in a condition called angular cheilitis. And so too much acid, it will hurt, it will sting, it will hurt to just move your arm. And as soon as you put it on, you'll want to rub it off or wash it off straight away. So every alternate day is going to be much, much better for you. Otherwise, you get that risk of too much acid in that area in one go. Trust me, you're going to hate it. It's going to be painful. What about the cost? Well, this right now, at the time of recording in the UK, is, depending on where you go, it's going to be roughly speaking between 13 to 15 pounds. In US dollars, depending on where you buy, again, that's probably going to be something along the lines of, say, 15 to 20 US dollars, maybe about the same, roughly speaking, in euros as well. So calculate that based on where you are. If you get it from, I think, the Inculist directly, if I'm not mistaken, they have a dual pack, so you can buy 2 in one go and save a bit of money. That's useful if you think you're going to be using this long term, because if you use that every alternate day, roughly speaking, depending on how much you use, how large an area you apply it over, etc., that's probably going to be about a month supply, something along those lines. And another reason why I think this is good compared to options like Botox or MiraDry, which is a device, is that this has other benefits. With this, if you've got areas of your skin that are, a little bit like an area that is just a little bit more pigmented than others, sometimes maybe on the inner sides of the thighs, maybe on the feet, something along those lines, or a very thick skin around the knees or the elbows, something there, you've got this for that as well. So you can rub it on those areas without buying another treatment, and so you get multiple benefits from just one thing. And because it's cheap, because it's very easy, and it works, you can notice the difference probably within less than a week of starting to use it. For me, this is a fantastic product for that use. I have no affiliate link, I have no discount code, I don't make any money if you go and buy this. But that is an honest and genuine recommendation of why I think this is a fantastic product.